So now that everyone is starting to get more developed on the server, it's about time that we cut off the point in the game called the early game. So this episode, we are going to get out of the early game by getting a ton of netherite and getting a villager trading hall set up for us to get infinite blocks. And on top of everything, we will be getting tons of maxed out tools ready to prepare us for the next episode. Welcome back to AutoCraft. To start off this episode, we need to get some netherite for our tools. And currently we only have 6 netherite upgrade templates and we need 9 to upgrade all of our tools. So we set off into the nether to find the netherite upgrade templates inside of the bastions. After getting all of the netherite upgrade templates that we needed, I went ahead and made a whole bunch of beds for us to go ahead and start exploding them in the nether to start to collect the rest of the netherite ingots that we needed, because we still got a few from the bastion hunts that we've done in the previous episodes, but we still needed a little bit more in order to finish it off. Once we got all of it, we went back home to smelt it all up in the furnace, and then we crafted it into netherite ingots and then put it on our armor. After having all of the netherite on the armor, I realized that I didn't really like the trim look with the diamond, so we hopped into creative mode to test out a few more different designs, and I settled on a nice purple one. So now that we have netherite, we need to get our villager trading a bit more advanced. So we set up some masons so that we could get some quartz to build a trading hall. But first I did have to level them up. That way we would be able to get that quartz trade, which is on the master level. After that, we traded for a whole bunch of quartz and then also smelted it up so we could get some smooth quartz because, you know, that block just looks better. Okay, so the first thing we want to do for this build is go ahead and separate these villagers. So we're going to do them with some quartz pillars being all 1 block away from each other. And I think we're going to go down maybe, so we have 12 villagers on each side, I think. So we're going to need 13 little pillars like this. And just something like that. Now let's go ahead and do some smooth quartz here. And then we just need a random block to go right here. So we're just going to put some quartz bricks in. So right here is going to be where the workstation is going to be sitting with the villager standing right behind it. Now I want to make these pillars too thick. And then next I want to break 1 block on each of these and place in a piston. Because now when this piston is extended, the villager will be standing right in front of us, and then we can retract him if we need to have him be zombified so we can get better deals. Next we can clear out this little bottom area so we can have a zombie standing inside. So the zombie is going to be walking around right here. Now we need to hook up these pistons, that way we are going to be able to extend them. Which for that, all we're going to need is a lever on each of these blocks. However, I don't think I want it to be grass underneath it. So let's rip this whole area out. And because this is the only light block I have, we're going to put lanterns on every other block, followed by gray wool in the middle, in which we'll have the levers on top of the gray wool. That way we're able to place it down. And then on top of the lanterns, we'll put carpet. That way this acts as a form of hidden lighting because this is going to be a full room. Now we need to dig under here. That way we can see where everything is. Now all we gotta do is place 2 redstone dust in between these. Now it should be as easy as clicking this lever, and that pushes the piston. Now I'm gonna replicate this on the other side. After that, I went ahead and built up the rest of the building. If you're enjoying this type of content, it'd be greatly appreciated if you would hit the subscribe button down below for more content just like this one. Okay, now all of the villagers are in, and I've also went ahead and maxed out pretty much every single villager that we have in here. That way we can trade, you know, for the best stuff. Now something else we can do is now with these toolsmiths here, we can buy tools from them. And currently the only actual tools that I have for digging are my 2 pickaxes and my 1 shovel. I don't have any other types of tools. So my idea is that we're going to buy a whole bunch of these tools, and then we're going to max them out and then throw them all in a shulker box. So meaning we'll have tons and tons and tons of tools. That way we won't need to go and repair them every 3 seconds. So let's get these tools. Alright, so now that we have all the tools, we need a way of enchanting them. And what I'm thinking is that we're going to use enchanted books because that's going to be the easiest way to do this. But in order to do that, we need books. And I don't really want to go through getting a whole bunch of librarians again, because if I'm going to be honest, it's a really big hassle breaking and replacing that lectern constantly. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the bookshop and make a little deal with Rusty for 4 shulker boxes of enchanted books. Let's head over there. So I wonder where we can find a Rusty. I would assume at his brand new shop that he just built.
Books, the one that I didn't trade for.
Rusty.
Oh, hey, hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just stocking. What's up?
I need to place in a little bit of a bulk order.
For books?
No, for logs.
Okay, you don't have to be like this, you know. Okay. How many books do you need?
Let's see. I'm gonna need a shulker box of efficiency 5, a shulker box of unbreaking 3, a shulker box of silk touch, and a shulker box of mending.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. I can do that. Okay. Yep. Yeah. This is gonna take a while. I'll tell you when that's done. That's gonna be okay. Okay. So you said Shulker Frostwalker, Shulker of Smite, Shulker of Piercing, and Shulker of Curse of Vanishing, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
I got them. I got the books. I got the
Got
books. That, you know how long that took?
Probably only about 2 minutes.
It's expensive. Anyway, that's 1, it's 2, it's 3, it's 4 shulkers. Mending, unbreaking, efficiency 5. So,
This is amazing. Thank you very much for these.
welcome.
Have a good day.
I think you're forgetting something.
What's up?
Payment.
What did you want?
Well, I mean, so it's like 4 shulkers of books, so that's 27 books per shulker. So that's like 300 diamonds.
Ooh. I do not have 300 diamonds. That's for sure.
I mean, that is already with the discount. You know that, right?
Oh, that has a discount.
That is with the discount.
How many stacks of diamonds is 300?
4.6875 stacks.
I have 2 stacks and 45.
Oh, you're not even nearly there.
What the thing is I
So
thought I
how
had a
are
lot.
So how are you planning on paying me, dude?
So it's you said it was 4 stacks 44. Okay, so I'll do 2 stacks 44. So I just owe you 2 stacks diamonds.
Right, 2 stacks of diamond.
So that leaves me with 1 diamond in my name. I feel like this has happened before.
You have to buy mud from Kelp shop.
Wait, I have to go buy mud.
You have to buy mud. Yeah.
I have 1 diamond in my name.
Well, you better work for it.
Oh right, it has happened before.
Yeah. You owe me 2 stacks of diamonds, and you do not have to expect any. This is your end of justice.
Yes, it is.
Any retaliation in the meantime. Like, you don't have to expect severed horses' heads in your bed like last season. So that wasn't you, was it? That also wasn't me who put it there.
Yeah,
Anyways, have a lovely day.
It's night.
Have a lovely night.
So I guess we're poor now. However, now that we have all of these books, along with all of our tools, we need an easy way of combining them together. And alongside, we also have all these villagers that are still having really expensive trades. And of course, we already have the zombies here that will convert them into zombie villagers, but we also need not only the weakness potions, but the big thing is the golden apples, in which we can easily trade for apples just like that, just right there, got a stack of apples. But that requires 8 stacks of gold in order to turn that into a full stack of golden apples. Meaning, if we build up a gold farm, not only will we get experience to combine these books, but we will also get the gold that we need to make all of our villagers a whole lot cheaper. So let's build this gold farm. Now we need turtle eggs, which is going to require us to go and find some turtles. But first, we're going to need to craft ourselves a pair of shears, only because we need to collect some seagrass down here so we can breed up some turtles. Which I'm thinking for this, we get about 3 turtle eggs, that way we can also make our own little turtle sanctuary over here. So 36 seagrass should be enough, so now let's find some turtles. And there they are. Hey buddies. Hey guys, you wanna do some little bit of breeding? I hope this is your beach. And there he goes. Hopefully this gives like 3 or 4. That way we only have to do this once. Oh, he did it already. How many did you give? How many did you give? 1, 2. Okay. So we'll probably do this one more time. That way we can have enough to breed them at our own place. So now we gotta wait for them to be ready again. There we go. All right, let's go for one more round and this will definitely give us enough. Oh my particles. Looking like another 2, bringing us at a total of 4. This is gonna be a good amount because this means we'll also have an extra 3 amount. So now let's get back to getting the rest of the materials. So the only other block that we actually ended up needing to get is obsidian. All right, and this right here is all the materials that we need. It's a pretty easy farm. Next thing we need to do is come up with a location for this to be. Because with the way this farm works is we build it up in the very top of the nether, and then we AFK up above the roof. Meaning we need to find a good spot that's gonna be away from everybody as well. Because if this farm is loaded down here, we're not gonna get many spawns. But luckily with the way that spawning works now, we don't need to worry about everybody else being online and loading the nether. Now that everybody has their own entity count, that's not something we need to worry about. So now let's find a location. Preferably we need this to be in the nether waste biome. It also needs to be a good way out. So right now we're currently at 500, which means we should probably move a little bit more out. Okay, so right over here should work great. It's all nice and cleared out and all the lava is still coming down, which means that this is fresh generation. So now let's go ahead and just make our way right up into this little gap here. If I can do it, there we go. Now we need to get up to the roof. Which in order to do that, you need to dig around and try to find a block that is at Y127 on the side menu. And something like that right there is exactly what we need. So now what we're going to do is we're going to place down some ladders, and then we're going to get straight up onto this and use some ender pearls to try and get our way through the block. And now that we're right through, this is the block that we were standing on, so we're just going to right now put that with some netherrack. Now we're going to replace this with a piston, and then we're going to put 1 obsidian on one side and 1 block of redstone on the other. Now we need a trapdoor right here, and now it's for the scary part. Now we need to place a TNT right here, flick down this trapdoor, and try to really quickly place a piston right here. Now in order to do this, I am going to be using an auto clicker. That way we can try to use the least amount of TNT, because after all, I only have 10. And I think we got it first shot. We did. So now we can easily get up to the roof in the nether. So now let's build the farm. Now this thing is working like a charm and we are getting so much gold and experience. So now that we have this farm working, what we need to do now is build a form of storage for this, because killing them with the sword and getting all of these swords is not what we want. All we want is all of this gold and all the gold ingots. I think what also might be useful is us to make a smite sword with sweeping edge. That way we kill these guys a little faster. But as for experience, I'd say this thing is filling up our bar relatively quick. So we've already gotten 51 blocks of gold from this farm, and I've only sat here for probably about 5 minutes. Of course, we have no storage right now, so we have to do all of the crafting ourselves once our inventory gets filled. So that means what we need to do is go ahead and get a whole sorting system set up, along with, I think we need another beacon. Because then we'll be able to fully AFK this, because when you're sitting here swinging, it is also going to weigh down your hunger, which eventually is going to get you killed because we're on hard mode. Meaning we need to get a whole storage system set up, along with some regeneration and some strength. So let's get to work. Alright guys, we got a problem. I was AFKing at the gold farm and I died. I think what happened is a zombie pigman spawned with thorns, and then that knocked me off the edge because I fell from a high place. Oh boy. This is not a threat, it's a promise. Who turned my name into a verb? That's a verb, right? I can't worry about this right now, we have to go get our stuff. And what sucks is my box that has an extra elytra is not in my end chest. Okay, it looks like Tom's gonna be coming over to drop us off an elytra just to rent out real quick. Oh, thank God he's here. He gave us an elytra. Okay, we got the elytra. Now let's try to make our way all the way over to the farm. All my stuff should be right here. Here it is. I did add this right here, which was suggested by Sherbert, to help get rid of the gold swords, because the gold swords stockpiled like crazy and it makes my game lag like really bad. So this is pretty much just telling these allays to pick up the gold swords, put it there, and then it's going to go into lava. And if it misses this, it's just going to go down there anyway. Of course, I wasn't able to fully AFK at this because there was people online, and of course I did die as well. As you see, we're now down to 6 levels. So I'm going to AFK at this one more time, and then we'll get to actually putting these tools together. But first, we should probably go deliver this back to Tom. Here you go, Tom, and 32 blocks of gold, because I'm nice. Bye. After I told Tom about the struggles that I was having getting XP, he offered for me to use his raid farm. So he showed me where it is and also showed me how to use it, and I realized that this is actually the exact same one that I've used before, so I knew what I had to do. So we AFK'd here for a bit and got about 300 levels, and then I did try to make one tool and I realized that I'm gonna need a lot more levels. So we headed over to the zombie pigman farm to get a whole bunch more levels so we could try again. Okay, so now that we have plenty of levels, let's go ahead and place down a few anvils and let's hash out the rest of these tools. And there we go, we now have all of these tools completely maxed out. So now let's clean this mess up and head back to the industrial district. Oh right, I forgot about this. Let's do a little cleanup. There we go, much better. Since we got that slight nudge in the right direction from Rusty earlier for us to actually, pay our debts, it's probably about time we hit the mines and actually pay the debts. Because not only am I gonna try to get 2 stacks of diamonds for that, but I'm also gonna try to get some more diamonds. That way we have a little bit more for us to be using in the shopping district. Because after all, there have been a few new shops that have sprouted up. So we have gotten ourselves some torches, so now let's hit the mines and get some diamonds. Okay, now that the mining trip is done, let's go ahead and show what the outcome was. Which I must say, I'm very happy with what we got out of this, assuming that I only went mining for about 3-4 hours. So not only did we get over 10 shulker boxes of deep slate, but we now also have all of this. In which I kind of stopped getting lapis and the deep slate and the gold at one point because I realized that we really don't need much gold because we have the gold farm, and lapis is only really useful for enchanting, in which we already have maxed out gear, so not something we really need to worry about. But as for diamonds, we did get 1 normal diamond ore, which I found in a cave, and then almost 2.5 stacks of deep slate diamond ore also from caves. Because I did find like 10 different massive caves there, which was really cool. So now that we have all of these diamonds, let's compress it down and see how many diamonds we get. And we might as well do these too. Alright, we got a lot more diamonds than I actually thought we were going to be getting. So if we look in the end chest, we have 44 blocks of diamonds, which is plenty of diamonds to go ahead and pay off Rusty. But not only that, we also need to use them to duplicate some templates. Because not only have I changed the color of their shulker box because I really hated that magenta, but all of these tools, they are only diamond. And they could be better by making them netherite. But we currently only have 2 netherite upgrade templates right here, which is not nearly enough because we need a total of 27, but also 28, so we still have an extra. However, what we can do is use some of these diamonds and then just go ahead and duplicate it so we get to 28. And I believe for this, we just need netherrack. So now we just kind of gotta sit here and duplicate this for a little bit. And there we go. So we now have 29 netherite upgrade templates. Now all we're gonna need is the netherite ingots to correspond with these, which that also just, halved our diamond supply, but we still have enough to pay Rusty, so we're good. And in order for us to get 27 netherite ingots, we're gonna go ahead and use some TNT. Except I wanna use this TNT as sparingly as possible, so this is probably gonna be either 1 block spaced or 2 blocks spaced in between each TNT. So let's go very dangerously, go blow up some stuff in the nether. All right, we have gone ahead and used all the TNT, and we've only got 33 ancient debris. Now, this will only make us 8 netherite ingots, and we need 27, which means we're either going to need some more TNT, or we can just go mining, which I think let's just use the pickaxe and go mining. All right, guys, so we now have enough. We have a stack and 50, which is going to make us, I believe, 28 netherite ingots. Now, we only need 27, but we now also have an extra, which is pretty cool. So now with an almost broken pick, I need to figure out how to get back. So I guess I need to go ahead and retrace my steps. Now that all the tools are repaired, let's go ahead and throw the ancient debris in the super smelter and then wait. All right, I'll actually just cut until it's done. All right, netherite scrap is done. Now we need to turn this into netherite ingots, in which, because we made the gold farm, we now have a good amount of gold. Now, this isn't nearly as much gold as there. This is the only gold that I've crafted. We probably have well over 10 times this amount. So now let's go ahead and craft up all 27 of our netherite ingots. Well, actually 28, because of course we're going to have one extra. So now we must get all of our tools here and start making all of these into netherite. And now just like that, we have a full tool of maxed out netherite tools. So any project that gets thrown at our hands where it has to do with a lot of digging, I think we'll be okay. So there's one last thing that I want to show before we end off this episode. And that is actually going to be where we are going to be building this season. Because we're not going to be staying in Starter Town, and I don't think we're going to be making a base at the Industrial District. So in order to reach the base, we need to come from the other side of Dune's house there, over these sets of mountains, which by the way is a very cool area because it's got a village right in the middle. But if we come off the other side and we start heading in this direction, we are going to start running into a birch forest right here. And then we are going to be turning this section right here into a massive Did you really think I'd let you know what we're building right now? So in the next episode, we will probably go ahead and clear all this out and start getting it ready for us to put some builds on it. But I would definitely say that we have officially gotten out of the early game. Because getting all netherite tools and also getting a villager trading hall set up, in which we can also expand that to however big we want it to end up being, I would say that we definitely have gotten out of the early game. So that means that we're done for this episode. So I'm going to thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night or whatever it is right now. And I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.